So, there's a guy at Estreet MX. Everybody knows him, right?
It's not me.
It's you. Ian McAdam is the announcer of the Estreet MX short course series. And obviously, this guy is the shit. Yeah. With that being said, everybody, I want you to applaud for my boy Ian.
Well, all I can really say is I know this is definitely not gonna... What? Oh, shut the front freaking door. No.
People's Choice Announcer 2022.
You're waiting on a speech from me? I ain't gonna cry, shut your face. Alright, so... Hey, no, I got a big enough head. I store things in here, or in the top of my hat. So, this is... I'm gonna lose my G rating for a second. This is badass. Like, I was the kid when I grew up that I would go places and I always thought the announcer had like the coolest job ever. I know I sound like a freaking nerd right now, but I always thought the announcer had the coolest job ever. And I started judging people at like 7, 8 years old. I was like, oh, that guy sucks. Like, I'm not entertained. Like, I want somebody who's gonna grab me. And I started going, I grew up riding horses. Obviously, I didn't just buy the hat. But I grew up riding horses, and I had this announcer it was T-Bar-C Ranch out in about the Wilton area, which is unfortunately now part of a housing tract. And the guy's name was Kevin McLaughlin. And I used to ride this event called team penning. And team penning, I'd go out with my parents and I would go get 3 cows of the same number. That's kind of irrelevant because every time I went there, I thought Kevin was basically the coolest guy on the face of the planet. I was always hovering around him. You know, he was always playing music. He was always goofy. He was always giving everybody nicknames. And he had that effect on me where I said to myself, I want to do that because that looks like so much fun. And years ago, I was getting a lot of peer pressure from friends of mine. And they said, you should go after it. You should try it. They're like, you're goofy enough, you're funny enough, you know, you can make fun of yourself and people laugh. Well, then I said, well, why not? So I fired off some emails. I got a gig with L&L Productions doing a tractor pull down in Turlock. Marcio and the rest of the Central Valley guys, they all know tractor pulls are rowdy.
I just want to say,
me with no real background other than doing a few horse events because the stock contractor was hammered. I go into this arena with 2 sleds, with 2,500, 3,000 people in the stands. Literally the coolest thing about fans and people, fans of motorsports in Northern California, you guys cheer and you guys are rowdy for basically anything that we say. Like, I can literally say, who's drinking? And you guys go. Well, we know you guys are drinking. It's fine. It's fine. And I got that experience, which actually was a relative of Randy Smallwood and I were up in the tower together. And I was like, holy crap. When I sat there and this tractor rolls out, and it's called Lights Out. And I'm kind of thinking, what am I going to say that's creative? And I go, Turlock, are you ready for the lights to go out? And the place freaking erupted. And I go, oh, that was cool. Like that, seriously. So, unfortunately, I wasn't able to do too many I wasn't able to get on the tour with L&L to fill in for Chuck. But I started throwing my name out. And this kind of brings it full circle to why I'm here today and why I have this. And this is, I'm still trying to find words. I started firing off emails, and I fired off one to a guy I formerly worked for, Rep Racing, a guy by the name of Zeb Armstrong. And I said, hey, if you need a backup announcer, like somebody to, fill in for your guy, let me know. Well, little did I know he was trying to get rid of the guy he had, because he sucked. And all of a sudden, I hadn't heard from Jesse. Jesse and I, if you want to know a background between me and Mr. Van Rokel over there, rode dirt bikes together for probably the entirety of my 6, 7, 8 years. We were at Riverfront every Thursday night. We were at McDonald's afterwards. We were picking on your sister because she looked like Kendra. If you guys ever saw the Playboy thing, she looked like Kendra, the Playboy Playmate, like no joke. And when I unfortunately had to stop riding when I was about 23, 24, it left kind of a hole in me. And then all of a sudden, I still had his number in my phone and I completely forgot about it. All of a sudden I get this phone call and it says Jesse Van Rokel on it. And I said, holy shit, I haven't heard from this guy in 10 years. And I was like, wow, dude, blast from the past. And he's like, so I hear you're looking for an announcer job. I said, yeah. He goes, it was almost 2 years, roughly to the day. Almost 2 years ago, I get that phone call and he says, hey, here's the date for my next motocross race. Come out, let's see what you got. And I said, okay. And my whole goal was I wanted to metaphorically stomp a mud hole in everybody else who's ever carried a microphone in Northern California. I said I wanted to just go, all right, here's me, I'm here, let's go. Here we are 2 years later, we're here in front of all of you. I get handed this, and I'm like, I'm stunned. I'm stunned to see where this has taken me. And definitely can't thank Jesse, the rest of the crew, everybody else that's... I know I'm being long-winded, guys, I apologize. I get paid to have a microphone in front of me. I mean, hey, Ian number 2, you'll be here someday. But you'll be in a pro car, so don't you worry. I ran out of talent when I was 23, ran out of talent and money. But just the fact I got that phone call, and literally I showed back up at Estreet for that race, and I go, holy crap, dude, like this is unbelievable. It felt like that hole that was left in me 10, 12 years prior was full again. Yeah. And it was for stuff like this to where... Love you, buddy. It was for stuff like this where, like, I always had a small family, and I always had a very distant family that never understood me, but then I show up here, and it's like every single one of you are family members. Like, I mean that wholeheartedly, even you, Brendan. I mean, you're like a redheaded stepchild, but I love you anyway. Yes, I called you a redheaded stepchild. Yes. So, once again, guys, I can't thank the Van Rokels enough. Everybody else that's dealt with me, you know, you let me pick on your kids come pick on me. It's an equal opportunity thing. Cole's probably sitting there going, shut up, I want to go home. And I'll give Jesse a hug later because this is nuts. Thank you, guys. All right, with that being said, we're going to round up your raffle stuff.